Boys and girls. Our story today is Wemberly Worried by Kevin Henkes. All right, so boys and girls, as I read the story, I want you to pay attention to what happens at the beginning of the story, what happens in the middle of the story, and what happens at the end of the story. All right, and who is the character and the setting, okay? All right, because we've talked about those things before. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things. I wanted to make sure you were still here. Little things. She spilled it, and she's afraid it's going to go right there on her doll. And things in between. Mama, what if I shrink? Wemberly worried in the morning. She worried at night, and she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? And the crack in the living room wall. What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise the radiators made. What if there's a snake inside? Because it goes sss. At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings, and the bolts on the slide, and the bars on the jungle gym. Too rusty, too loose, too high. And always she worried about her doll, Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? Petal's lost forever. I found her, sweetie. I'll wait for you, Petal. Petal's in the wash. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. These are all pictures of her worrying about something, rubbing Petal's ears on her face and rubbing them with her hands. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, said her mother, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. And they're saying, this is the best present ever. I wish I had my birthday today. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. Are there any other butterflies? No. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Soon, Wemberly had a new worry. School. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. It says, new morning nursery school starting soon. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher's mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? Oh, that's a lot of worrying, boys and girls. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. The grandma sang, "Have fun!" While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Mrs. Peachum said, "Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet." Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. What do you think, boys and girls? At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. "This is Petal," said Wemberly. "This is Niblet," said Jewel. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. "Hi," said Petal. "Hi," said Niblet. "I rub her ears," said Wemberly. "I rub her nose," said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Does she look like she's worrying there? Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. "Come back tomorrow," called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. "I will," she said. "Don't worry." Now, isn't that funny? The one who worries so much is telling the other people, "Don't worry." But look at this last picture of her and her mom and her dad. What do you think about that picture? Do you think they look happy or sad? If you said happy, you're right. They look happy. Why do you think they're happy? Because Wemberly had a good day, a good first day at school, and they're so happy. The end. Okay, let's talk about the beginning of the story. Well, first of all, the characters are Wemberly and who else? The mom and dad and the grandma. And then she gets to school, and her new friend, whose name is Jewel, is a character. And the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, right? And maybe her stuffed animal. Should she say her stuffed animal is a character? Maybe not. She doesn't really do anything or say anything, right? Okay, so let's talk about the beginning of the story. What happened at the beginning? The book is telling you all about how Wemberly does what? Worries. So the beginning is telling all about how Wemberly worries. And then the middle of the story is her new worry. What's her new worry? If you said school, you are right. So she has a new worry, okay? And then she gets to school and meets this little friend named Jewel. And at the end of the story, what? Are they friends? Yeah, they made friends. And she even had some times where she didn't worry. That was the end of the story. Okay, friends, I love you. Have a great day.